The Brise Parfum, which was the pink climber, is a rose from Barney roses in Italy, and but Brise Parfum is French for perfume brise. Extremely fragrant. You just walk by that.
See, that's what I
you
like.
Can smell it.
Getting a little waft of that as you walk by.
And there's got to be thousands of blooms on that
yeah,
plant.
it's huge.
Yeah.
You got a little trellis going there too. It looks nice. Looks
Yeah.
very nice. I'll see what I can do as far as getting that up, so people can take a look at that.
And I think that's one rose that be or weeks, and I think it's available, but it's Brise. And Brise is spelled Brise, Brise Parfum, Parfum. So that's the French name, and that's the registered name, but you might also see it as Perfume Brise. But yeah, when Bryan posts a picture, you really need to take a look at it.
Oh, really? I mean, I thought you had dozens of roses. It wasn't just one or two roses.
No, it's something that you can't help but notice it as soon as you walk by.
Don't you wish you could take that with you to your new house?
Well, I do have a small
It only took a couple of minutes. Way to go. More since we're back up on Facebook. Every day you're doing something in terms of getting
soon, and I have to prune an area there for the get back on Facebook
at the same
time. It's not easy for me. I don't know why I can't get on Facebook. Oh, here.
Yep, and then you'll see us back up and running again.
Okay, I'm all set.
You're ready to go.
I'm ready to go.
Tiger, you frustrated? A little bit?
Hey, so I don't see any questions to answer right now because we're just kind of all getting back up and running. But, I did mention in the first hour that today I'll be going out to System Pavers up in Carlsbad, and I'll be sitting on a panel for people that are interested in doing some hardscape landscape into their backyard, front yard, and how they can use plants to soften it.
Where did you say exactly in Carlsbad?
You're going to make me, I think it was 3544 Greyhawk Court.
Yeah, I think you're right. I knew it had a bird was involved.
Yes. But it's up in Carlsbad. System Pavers is the company. And they're going to be having...
So if you Google System Pavers, you can find it.
They can find it, yeah.
Okay.
And they're going to be having kind of little what would you say, presentations throughout the day.
You're going to be a speaker?
10 to 2.
A speaker, right?
Yeah, and I'll be there at noon.
Who is this panel that you're with, and are you judging? What are you doing?
No.
You're all talking.
We're just there to kind of answer questions for people because, one of the things is that I think people nowadays that I've seen, they incorporate a lot of hardscape. Well, anything that needs care, right?
Yeah.
Anything that needs care. But the thing that they don't realize is they need that to enhance the hardscape. John just showed us that picture of that beautiful rose.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
But the beautiful gate with the archway on it.
Sure, I love it.
If there was a beautiful gate with archway just by itself without the rose, definitely not as cool.
No.
Right.
And we're going to talk more about that. I'm going to take a break. Stay with us. We are back up running live on Facebook if you're listening. Of course, Biz Talk Radio. And hour number 1, always on AM 1240. That's why hour number 2, you need to go to Facebook or Biz Talk Radio.
Looking for a safe and natural organic fertilizer for your yard and garden? Fertilome is now offering natural and organic fertilizers for all your fertilizing needs. Roses, flowers, vegetables, herbs, fruit trees, palms, and more. Natural Guard organic fertilizers are a certified listed product for organic use and safe to use around your family and pets. Always read the label and ask for Natural Guard by Fertilome Organic Fertilizers at Dixie Line Lumber or your favorite independent nursery. Make your piece of the planet a healthier place to live by using Natural Guard by Fertilome.
Hi, this is gardening expert Melinda Myers. Keeping the environment in mind, I recommend Milorganite slow-release nitrogen fertilizer for all your growing needs. From plants to people, active growth requires energy, nutrients, and a balanced diet. Nutrient-rich Milorganite feeds the soil and plants for up to 10 weeks. The non-burning, non-leaching formula provides a slow and consistent flow of nutrients. Trust the fertilizer, proven effective for over 90 years. Milorganite for better results. Visit Milorganite.com for a garden center near you.
Do you have an old car sitting in your driveway? How would you like to learn a hassle-free way to get rid of it, help kids in need, and get a great tax donation in the process? It's real easy. One simple free call to our car donation hotline is all it takes. Call the Nishama Foundation at 800-721-6723, 800-721-6723. We'll come pick your car up for free and give you a tax donation for the full value of the car, running or not. The value of your unwanted car will go to help kids in need. It's fast and easy. Just call us and your car will be gone and on its way to helping children in 48 hours. And you get a nice tax deduction. Call the Nishama Foundation now to get rid of your car, help kids, and get a tax write-off. Call 800-721-6723, 800-721-6723, 800-721-6723. That's 800-721-6723.
Does your water stain and damage your fixtures? Does it smell or taste bad? Are you worried about what's in your water? Water quality should not be painful and worrisome. Get HydroCare water systems from Wave Home Solutions with the most advanced purification technologies. Call Wave Home Solutions today at 1-888-989-WAVE or go to wavewater411.com. HydroCare will eliminate limescale that causes hundreds of dollars in damage to pipes and appliances without using salt. Well water will no longer smell or stain your fixtures. City water will be purified of harmful chlorine, lead, arsenic, and chemicals. Wave Home Solutions provides the cleanest, healthiest water at every faucet. Satisfaction guaranteed. For more information, call 1-888-989-WAVE, 1-888-989-WAVE, or go to wavewater411.com. That's wavewater411.com.
Wave Home Solutions for a healthy, comfortable home.
If you're over the age of 50 and considering buying an annuity in the next 60 days, I have some important news for you. Don't buy an annuity until you understand the pros and cons of annuities. A free book to help you maximize your retirement income from television host and three-time author Josh Melberg has been released. This book reveals little-known truths about annuity strategies in simple-to-understand terms. Grab a pen right now because we are about to offer you this free book that unlocks the 5 little-known secrets we believe baby boomers and seniors should know before buying an annuity. Call 800-935-0752 now and you'll receive a free copy of Josh Melberg's book, Next Gen Annuity Strategies Revealed. As a bonus, we'll also send you a copy of The #1 Mistakes Retirees Are Making with Their Investments Today and a free DVD on how you can get up to 33% more income in retirement. Call 800-935-0752. That's 800-935-0752. Employees of J.D. Melberg Financial have the appropriate licenses for the products they offer.
Missed an episode of your favorite show? No worries. Catch all the episodes on demand at biztalkradio.com.
Welcome back to the Garden America radio show with Bryan, John, and Tiger. The phone lines are open right now at 855-424-9825. That's 855-424-9825. Or john@gardenamerica.com.
And we are back rolling, back on Facebook Live, back on your radio, back someplace, streaming on BizTalk. We know that. I want to thank Brandon, our director and studio coordinator this morning. 855-424-9825. For a minute ago.
Oh, I was talking about where I'm going to be giving sitting on a panel for, and it's amazing what landscape can do to a hardscape, and people don't focus enough on the landscape in that aspect, because like we just said, they want an easy to maintain yard, front yard, backyard. They just don't want to have to think about it. They just don't want to have to do a lot.
But you know what? Let me give you an analogy that happened in this building about a week or so ago. This morning I showed you a picture of my aquarium, right?
Yeah.
So I showed it to somebody, and I said, look at this. And they're like, wow, that's really cool. I said, why don't you get into something like that? And here was their answer. Well, I want mine to look like that, but I don't want to do what it takes to keep it like that.
Right.
And it's kind of what you're saying. People want to plant and stand back and just let things happen. And there's time and effort that has to go into it, even a little bit. Even if you have dryscape, even if you have, plants that don't require a lot of water, you still have to do something. And I think that's your point.
And enjoying working in the yard.
Right?
Like, I enjoy it. Like, I look forward to my weekends.
It's peaceful.
I look forward to my weekends, getting out there, working with the plants, giant trees and shrubs that I have to maintain or take care of. I have lawn that I have to mow. Eat or whatever. And fertilizing is kind of a endless thing that you do, but I feel rewarded afterwards. I like
back and
that
you take
idea.
a look at what you've done.
Yeah.
And then I like to hose off the patio when I'm done sweeping and trimming, and you got the water still there. It looks really nice. Just a silly little thing, but I know what you're saying. It's like it should be a fun activity, and yet a lot of people just want it set up, and I don't want to do anything, and I want it to thrive and grow.
Right.
You're probably not going to happen that way.
Right. And then they think that they'd lose their weekends. I mean,
it's part of your weekend.
I kind of feel like I have a big yard, and 3 hours of my weekend are dedicated to my yard, probably.
And you can split that up any way you want to.
You could. Like, I do 1 hour on Saturday, 2 hours Sunday, whatever it is.
Whatever it is.
And then why can't I think of his name? The lawn care nut, Alan Hain, that we had earlier in the month.
Yeah, a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, he was talking about lawn care, and he's talking about mowing twice a week. But I mean, if you follow him, his mowing midweek, he calls it midweek mowing. He's out there in the evening on a Wednesday or whatever, and he's enjoying it. Alan's great. He has a cigar and a beer or some kind of beverage with him, and he's out there just enjoying his yard. And what happened to people just doing a little bit of work but enjoying it? I don't know. After you sit on a freshly mowed lawn, I love that feeling.
Looking at the puffy clouds as you lay down and get your back all itchy from laying on the grass. Does grass still itch, by the way?
Not Marathon 1. Marathon 1 does. Marathon 3 doesn't.
I remember as a kid laying down and going, my back itches. I got all those
Oh, yeah, right.
So, John,
itchy.
what is John's point of view on that, on people that just kind of want to get it set up and let it happen?
Well, my point of view is that if you think of golf, if I was out there on the golf course, my thought would be I could be home pulling weeds and I would enjoy it so much more.
Okay, so there you go.
It's different.
It's different
for everyone.
Do you have any questions on Facebook? Want to make sure we keep up with what's happening.
I saw one person kind of answered our question that we're talking about now, and they said, I think some people are afraid of failing. And that is true. But I think that's life.
Well, you mentioned hardscape, and with hardscape, it doesn't require the upkeep.
Right.
Unless you get a blower and blow leaves off
Clean it off.
Right.
But that's maybe why people are leaning more towards hardscaping.
Yeah. They're afraid of failing, but in life,
that's part of it.
There's failure all the time, and in gardening, it's the same thing. I mean, we do this gardening show every Saturday morning, and we get out there. I've been involved with this industry for 20-something years. John, you've been involved with this industry for many more than that. And Bryan, you've been around long enough to know what's the right side of the plant to plant up.
Exactly.
But
that's good.
But
yes, I can do that. Yes.
But we all fail still. I mean, John talks about a few weeks about a rose that didn't make it, or a rose that made it shockingly, or a plant that didn't make it, or something like that. And
it's okay. It's okay to lose. No, I don't like it when I lose something, and I don't like to admit it to John. But then he kind of forces me out of it. He'll say, "Well, that's great. Send me a picture," and I'll go,
"Oh no,
what did I do with that?"
Lloyd Wright said that doctors can bury their mistakes, but an architect can only plant vines.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
We did have, Rick wanted to know, and, versus something in the ground.
Now, this is just in general? I mean...
Yeah, in general, liquid fish or kelp, I would stay away from most organic or most foliar foods. And the reason was that they do create an artificially fast growth. The cell walls don't have a
sounds
chance
like something
to
else
develop.
that we're familiar with.
And sucking insects can easily get through them.
And it's not necessarily a miracle, is it?
No, it's not a miracle.
And, one of my issues with foliar food is that most people, kind of as we're talking, most people do their gardening in the afternoon on a weekend. And that's not always the best time to apply these foliar products. You don't want to go out there applying pesticides, oil-based pesticides on Saturday afternoon when it's 80 degrees outside. And, the water-soluble, even fish emulsion, like you go out there on, Saturday afternoon, it's 75 degrees, and you wash down your plant with fish emulsion. It smells, and it's like, I don't know, it's not always the easiest. Why not just water the plant with it? And I think it's a little easier, better, and well done. So, I think I like to use foliar food when the plant needs it for like a stress reason wise. You're trying to decrease like a stress thing. Like for instance, HB 101.
Right.
When the plant is under stress and you need it to get into the plant quick, a foliar spray is great.
You can use HB 101 anytime because we don't really know what it does.
Somehow it
or
just
how
works.
it works.
I think getting
But
back
it does work.
I think getting back to people and being intimidated, we talk about pH levels, we talk about feeding, we talk about products. I think people get overwhelmed by what they sense to be so much has to go in for this to be successful.
Yeah.
You know what? Sometimes you can just plant and water
Be successful.
and be fine. A little fertilizer, and then you can get into the other stuff later on as you learn. But it's not as hard as you may think. Just like I say, plant it, get some good soil, see what happens. If you have problems, call the show. That's why we're here. Or ask your questions on Facebook. Speaking of that, we're going to pay some bills. We are coming right back.
Need new floors? Empire Today makes getting beautiful new floors easy and possible. Let me show you. Empire brings hundreds of samples to you. We call it Shop at Home. The floors are high quality and come with great warranties. Plus, Empire handles the installation. You won't lift a finger, and your job is done right. Shop at Home, quality floors, professional installation. That's Empire Today. Get 221-3557.
This message is sponsored by Ameriglide. Do you avoid going up and down the stairs? Have you even considered moving from your lifelong home just Install Stairlift is the perfect solution to help you get your freedom back. Plus, we guarantee the nation's best prices. Make this free call today to learn more. No sales visits are necessary. We can help you over the phone. Now you can stay in the home you've been in for decades. Please do yourself or your loved one a favor. Make this simple 2-minute call right now. Get the lowest price on a Stairlift anywhere. Here's the number: 800-886-7342. 800-886-7342. 800-886-7342. That's 800-886-7342.
Starting a business can be tough, but getting the word out about your business through a great website can be even tougher. That's why you need SpotOnWebsite.com. At SpotOnWebsite.com, you can register your company's domain name and even build your website overnight. It's fast, easy, and most of all, it's sure to fit your budget. SpotOnWebsite.com has a wide range of internet products and solutions to make the most of your website, even on a small business budget. Log on today and see for yourself at SpotOnWebsite.com.
No Nobody wants to get ripped off, broken into, or robbed, but nobody wants to pay a lot of money to have their home protected either. I've got an offer to tell you about to provide home security for your home for less than $1 a day. For real, with no installation or equipment charges. And this is from a company rated #1 by a leading consumer research company. According to the facts, most of you won't even call unless there's a burglary in your neighborhood or something bad happened. So let's give you a reason. Save money. For less than $1 a day with no other costs, you can get your home secured. Plus, get a lifetime equipment replacement warranty. You need protection for your home. Call the Home Security Hotline right now.
800-915-8941. 800-915-8941. 800-915-8941. Call right now. Operators are standing by. 800-915-8941.
Here's important new information from the Diabetes Solution Center for you, a family member, or a loved one suffering with diabetes. If you have lost your provider, or if you need a provider for diabetic supplies, you may qualify to receive your diabetic testing supplies now with little or no out-of-pocket cost, regardless of your age. All you need is Medicare or private insurance to be potentially eligible. Call the Diabetes Solution Center right now for details. Just takes a couple of minutes. Our friendly, knowledgeable agents will give you free, no-obligation information, handle all the insurance paperwork, and make sure your supplies are delivered directly to your door for free.
Call U.S. Medical Supply 24 hours a day. 800-597-9323. 800-597-9323. 800-597-9323. Call right now. 800-597-9323. Americans are going crazy for a new Italian diet pill that burns 3 times more fat than dieting alone. And the next 100 callers get 3 bottles for free. Sold under the brand name Invigorate 3X. This powerful pill triggers metabolic acceleration, a process that's deficient in most Americans, making weight loss a hassle. But a new study shows 30 pounds gone in 90 days with just 2 capsules a day. Julie B. of Nashville says, I was skeptical, but when I saw a famous doctor made it, I decided to try it. I was shocked. I lost 16 pounds in 6 weeks. For a limited time, our listeners get 3 free bottles with a qualifying order. Call 1-800-932-1789 now to get started. Call in the next 10 minutes and also get a free bottle of the doctor's Ultra Detox. And don't forget your free 14-day diet fix. No obligation and 100% free when you call right now. 800-932-1789. 800-932-1789.
Watch some of your favorite shows on Biz TV. Check to see if you get Biz TV by going to biztv.com. And now, back to Biz Talk Radio.
Welcome back to the Garden America Radio Show with Bryan, John, and Tiger. The phone lines are open right now at 855-424-9825. That's 855-424-9825. Or John at gardenamerica.com.
We are back having a good time. As you can hear John chuckling during breaks. That's his favorite part of the show is during the breaks. Tiger Palafox, John Bagnasco, Bryan Main. We are, as they used to say in radio, coming at you. Nobody says that anymore. We're coming at you.
Coming at you
on
live.
a Saturday afternoon if you're back east, and a Saturday morning for the rest of the country. Keep those questions coming. Facebook Live. You can also call us at 855-424-9825. John at gardenamerica.com.
I saw something for the first time last week.
Whoa.
Do you want us to guess?
Well, I told you that I had planted Australian grass trees from seed, right? And it's been over 30 years ago, and they bloomed for the first time. And they put up this flower spike that looks like a mosquito chaser, a giant mosquito chaser or punk. You remember that stuff you'd light? And
yeah.
That's what the bloom spike looked like. But then little white flowers all up and down the stem are starting to come out. So there's thousands and thousands of them, and I had never seen that before. I didn't even know that would happen. So
will it happen again in 30 years?
No, it should happen every year now that they're old enough to bloom. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. You want me to take a picture for you?
Yeah, it'll last longer. Take a picture. It'll last longer.
But it's just something that, I've never seen before. So It was interesting to see that.
Well, I appreciate you sharing that with us.
What do you think, John? So I told you, and I showed a picture of Isaac's grouping of poppies.
I thought it looked good, to be honest.
By the way, Isaac is Tiger's son.
My 4-year-old son who grabbed a packet of poppy seeds and dumped them in one spot.
And they grew. And now this goes back to a conversation before the breakup. People are afraid that they're gonna fail, and there's so much that goes into gardening.
Isaac has no fear.
A 4-year-old just pours a bunch of seeds on the ground, and it's thriving.
So
now, were there buds on there? It looked like
they weren't bud yet.
No, not yet.
No, not yet. But he also threw a package of sweet peas out in an area, and they're starting to grow. You think I'll get flowers on them? It's too late, yeah?
Well, you live in San Diego,
right.
So it's possible, because sweet peas don't like hot weather, right?
Yeah, and they're kind of in a part shade area,
I
kind of
think
like the poppies ones.
Weather-wise, his microclimate's, I think, good for that.
Well, and also, what has May been here in San Diego?
It's been really
If we hit 70, it's a hot day. Like the whole next 10 days, nothing in the 70s.
It's rainy
60s.
tomorrow.
Yeah.
So here's the problem with Isaac.
So you think I might get some flowers on him?
It's possible.
That's cool.
But
Possible. Usually you plant sweet peas in October.
Right.
Well, here's the problem. Isaac thinks now this is the way you garden.
Oh.
You just throw stuff around, right? Like
Right.
you'll open the package and just
yeah.
like, throw it around.
Yep.
Well, there you go, people who are afraid to garden. Try that. Just find an area, try that, give it a little water, and if it rains, you're that much ahead of the game.
I feel I need my son to fail though, because he's funny. So we have a little tortoise also. He's been leaving her out, and normally like she'll run away and we won't find her for like one time she was lost for 3 months.
But still in your yard?
Well, we found her. She came back.
Yeah, okay.
Well, so he's been leaving her out in the yard, and she's just a little baby tortoise. She's only maybe about
you can't do that.
5 inches big.
Oh, really?
Kind of a thing. And so we keep finding her. And
you're lucky you're finding her.
That's what I'm saying. We're lucky we're finding her. But Isaac, he just, everything he touches is just fine.
Is it his tortoise? Is it like his responsibility?
It's his sister, so that's why he takes it out, because he wants to make her upset.
He's 4 years old. Come on.
Yeah.
Give him a chance.
Does he have a job yet, at least?
No, he's such a mooch.
Unbelievable. I remember when I was 4 years old, things were different. A lot different. Now, kids these days will get away with anything 4 years old. Come on, Isaac, what are you doing?
I remember that my daughter had a little pet mouse, and Jesse.
This is Gina, right?
Right.
Okay.
And Jesse, when he was little, thought it would be great to give the mouse a ride in the Barbie car.
in the what?
Barbie
car. The Barbie car.
What's that movie? Some Lewis the Mouse or something?
Oh, Stuart
Little.
Yeah.
So he's driving the
mouse around.
The mouse around in the car, but we also had a Yorkshire Terrier at the time. So he left the mouse unattended, and the Yorkshire Terrier, I mean, they're good, rat dogs. So came in, grabbed it, shook the heck out of it. And
man.
It was just a mess when Gina got back there.
That's terrible. I mean, especially for little kids to see that.
Yeah.
I remember one time a long time ago, this house we lived in, we had a dog, and he was like, we had all this thick brush, and he was barking and just like going crazy. We're like, get out of there. What are you doing? And he just wouldn't listen to us. And finally, this possum comes out to try to nip at him, and the dog grabbed him, and it was a big possum.
Wow.
And I thought, well, this ought to be interesting. And that possum had no chance. And possums are they're tenacious. They're
they're
mean. They can be very mean. And that was kind of sad to see that, but
yeah. I had a client have a run-in with a possum midday this week, which was very rare. Usually they're only out in the evenings. And we had a friend in the neighborhood that moved a skunk midday. The skunk was out in the yard midday.
He moved it.
Well, they caught it and then transported it somewhere else.
How did they not get sprayed?
We've caught skunks at the nursery before because we have traps that we sometimes set for raccoons and stuff that will come into like the seed bags and things like that.
These are probably have-a-heart traps.
Yeah,
I would imagine.
Correct. Have-a-heart trap. And if you just if you get it into the trap and then you drop a blanket over the trap, you're usually pretty good. They usually don't really, because they'll spray themselves, and they don't like to do that.
What is it called?
The word that he's using that scares me is usually.
Sometimes they spray the thing, and then you don't get it on you, but the whole contraption smells like.
Move it, and you have a good pet.
They remove the scent glands.
Scent gland. Thank you, John. The scent glands, yes. And then if you do get it on you, you're supposed to use what? Tomato soup?
Tomato sauce or something, right?
Yeah.
To get that smell off you. Just critters in the yard are another challenge for everyone.
To here.
Right.
So, yeah, the more mulch you can add, the better.
I find worms in my patio a lot, which I guess is a good sign.
Yeah.
You know?
No, that's a great sign. I mean, that just means that you have the life in soil that needs to sustain the plants well. You know what I mean? As long as you have worms and you've got the breaking down of material. Like some people come into the nursery and they show me a picture of that white kind of mold growing on top of mulch. Sometimes you see it on top of bark and things like that.
Yeah. Right.
And they go, "Oh, what's going on?" They get all worried. I go,
No, that's good.
That's nature. That's breaking down. That's putting life back in the soil. That's exactly what you want. And yeah, I mean, you know, some areas start growing mushrooms.
It may not
and
look
that,
attractive.
Well, and it, you know, but you might have a little too much water, you know, in those areas. But it's necessarily, you know, bad as long as the
That's
plants.
one of the main reasons for using mulch is you don't have to use as much water.
Yeah,
it holds.
You know
it in
why
the soil.
Shannon married John, don't you? A lot of reasons, but the big reason was good drainage. John has good drainage, so they said, you know what, it's going to work, and that's what you need for potted plants.
Yeah.
Always have good drainage. You can't overwater. So that's the key to be successful.
Yeah.
All right, Facebook Live, still got some people hanging on. No questions that I can see yet as far as anything new. I think we've addressed most of it. Podcast following the show will be about citrus. We will upload that podcast to the iHeartMedia platform. I'll do that Monday morning.
What are you guys going to be talking about?
Well, John, you're going
citrus?
to be actually
the expert
in charge of this. It's going to be about citrus. Yeah. You'll be heading up this podcast on citrus.
We're going to be talking about what we kind of mentioned during our show right now. You know, when to harvest, how to harvest, what to watch out for, because you know there's a lot of things that people get worried. Talking about failure with citrus that people get worried about, but you know, as Lance mentioned this morning, citrus are actually very hardy plants. They do well. You can not prune them and they're still going to produce, unlike some other fruit trees that you have to prune for production. Citrus trees you can just leave alone and it'll produce
fruit. Like roses.
Yes. Yeah, a lot like roses.
Exactly. You don't need to do all
those
those things. Are they
similar? Roses, because they have the thorns. Well,
I think what he means is in terms of you can neglect roses and they're still going to perform.
Right?
I don't know. You mean are they like cactus? What are you talking about?
No,
they have thorns.
No, they are.
This is your turn to spar with him now.
After the break, we'll continue.
You can explain to me during the break what you're talking about.
We have one more segment coming up, so do stay with us. John at GardenAmerica.com. Questions, comments right there on Facebook Live. We do appreciate you supporting Garden America and being there most every weekend. Okay, talking Palafox, John Bagnasco, I'm Bryan Main. Going to take a break. As I mentioned, one more segment coming up as you're listening to the Garden America media and radio show.
Looking for a safe and natural organic fertilizer for your yard and garden? Fertilome is now offering natural and organic fertilizers for all your fertilizing needs. Roses, flowers, vegetables, herbs, fruit trees, palms, and more. Natural Guard organic fertilizers are a certified listed product for organic use and safe to use around your family and pets. Always read the label and ask for Natural Guard by Fertilome Organic Fertilizers at Dixie Line Lumber or your favorite independent nursery. Make your piece of the planet a healthier place to live by using Natural Guard by Fertilome.
This is Joe Lample from Growing a Greener World. With the environment in mind, I recommend Milorganite Organic Nitrogen Fertilizer for all your growing needs. From plants to people, active growth requires energy, nutrients, and a balanced diet. Nutrient-rich Milorganite feeds the soil and plants for up to 3 months. The organic nitrogen is slow release and won't burn plants even during hot, dry weather. Trust the fertilizer, proven effective for 90 years. Milorganite, for better results naturally. Visit Milorganite.com for a garden center near you.
Rates based on a man age 42 with no tobacco use of any form for 20 years. Policy number 25. Policy underwritten by various life insurance companies. Premium includes a $50 policy fee. Rates and underwriting criteria subject to change at any time. Not available in some states.
You've heard those term life insurance ads with their rates read very low, and at the end they have a long disclaimer read extremely fast. Why? Because most people like us will never qualify for those rates. It's just a way to get you to call. Listen, at the Term Lifeline, we'll never quote you a low rate hoping you'll call, then try to sell you something else. But we do promise to get you the best rates available on policies of $500,000 or more with professional service. Don't waste your valuable time. Get the real rates you want on term life insurance policies of $500,000 or more from the Term Lifeline. Call now.
800-430-1891. 800-430-1891. 800-430-1891. That's 800-430-1891.
If you're fed up with your credit card's high interest rates and your balances are so out of control that they never seem to go down, one call to Consolidated Credit can get the relief you need. Consolidated Credit has helped over 6 million people with credit card debt, and their certified credit counselors are ready to help you. They can consolidate your debts into one lower payment, reduce your interest rates, and get you out of debt fast without destroying your credit. The program works, and the consultation is free. Call Consolidated Credit now. Call 800-350-3241. 800-350-3241. That's 800-350-3241. Consolidated Credit Solutions, Inc., 5701 West Sunrise Boulevard, Fort Lauderdale, Florida, 33313. Licensed by the New York Department of Financial Services and by the Vermont Department of Financial Regulation. Maryland DM 1492, Oregon DM 80092. Licensed by the Virginia State Corporation. Commission license number DC 83. Service may adversely affect the individual's credit. Non-payment of debt may lead to additional finance charges or collections activity, including legal action, not a loan company.
We paid less for our Craftmatic today than we did 20 years ago.
If you're still searching for the perfect solution to a good night's sleep, call now for prices and free information on today's Craftmatic adjustable beds. And then decide when you see how little they cost. Rated #1 by consumers nationwide on ConsumerAffairs.com. Craftmatic beds come in all mattress types, including cool gel memory foam for up to 50% less than today's leading memory foam brand. Enjoy temporary relief of low back pain, poor circulation, nighttime heartburn, mild arthritis. You'll sleep better in a Craftmatic adjustable bed. So if you're still searching for the perfect solution to a good night's sleep, call now for prices and information. And then decide when you see how little they cost. Discover Craftmatic for less, up to 50% less than today's leading memory foam brand.
Call 1-800-316-5271. That's 1-800-316-5271. 1-800-316-5271. Call now.
Does your water stain and damage your fixtures? Does it smell or taste bad? Are you worried about what's in your water? Water quality should not be painful and worrisome. Get HydroCare water systems from Wave Home Solutions with the most advanced purification technologies. Call Wave Home Solutions today at 1-888-989-WAVE or go to wavewater411.com. HydroCare will eliminate limescale that causes hundreds of dollars in damage to pipes and appliances without using salt. Well water will no longer smell or stain your fixtures. City water will be purified of harmful chlorine, lead, arsenic, and chemicals. Wave Home Solutions provides the cleanest, healthiest water at every faucet. Satisfaction guaranteed. For more information, call 1-888-989-WAVE, 1-888-989-WAVE, or go to wavewater411.com. That's wavewater411.com.
Wave Home Solutions for a healthy, comfortable home.
From Main Street to Wall Street, we have the business content you need. So sit back, take notes, and tell your friends about Biz Talk Radio.
Welcome back to the Garden America Radio Show with Bryan, John, and Tiger. The phone lines are open right now at 855-424-9825. That's 855-424-9825. Or John at gardenamerica.com.
It is our final segment at 51 minutes after the hour, so still plenty of time to get those questions in as we wrap things up. And, of course, following today's show, we'll do the podcast on citrus.
So my question to John before the break was, are citrus like roses? And without thinking about it very deeply, I was thinking like where you can grow a citrus, you can grow a rose because they are very hardy. Both of them are very, tolerant of a lot of things.
They don't necessarily need our care.
Right.
Necessarily.
But obviously roses can grow in much more extreme cold climates because they're deciduous and they go dormant in the wintertime like we were talking about versus a citrus, which can't grow in those extreme climates. But I just thought about this now. There is the citrus that we talked about that you had in Michigan that grew.
The one that Lance talked about.
And it's a deciduous variety of citrus that could grow there too.
I'm trying to think if it's really the citrus genus, though. I think it's
different.
like Poncirus or something like that. Pond citrus or something. I don't know. I'd have to look that up.
You'll find roses in cemeteries, but you won't find citrus trees in cemeteries.
I've seen citrus trees in the middle of
is being just the opposite of roses, that they catch everything.
No, but
every kind of disease, every kind of insect.
But we're talking
you
about
don't take care of
leave
them.
them
Die.
What are you talking about? Roses get every kind of bug and disease known to man.
No, they don't.
Yes, they do.
Of course they do.
That's why when you go into a garden center, every bottle of spray that you want to use on anything has a picture of a rose on it.
I went to a garden center one time, and they had put up an end cap display, and it said, keep your roses looking good, rose care items. And I counted, there were 65 different sprays and I'm thinking, this is going to make people want to buy roses.
Yeah, and probably each one of those was doubling up on the ingredients.
Oh, yeah.
The same
They're
thing
all
was
the
in this
same.
bottle that was in that bottle. It's all about marketing. So I think we're done with the whole citrus rose thing here.
No, it's forever.
It's gonna fester with Tiger for the rest of the weekend.
No, I don't know. I mean, I can't think of any part of the gardening industry that's affected as much because of problems as citrus right now.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't even you can't ship from one state to another, but even with
can't even ship within
California,
counties.
you can't go from one
Exactly.
county to another.
Remember, we were talking to Lance about temperatures and stuff and citrus freezing. What was it, several years ago in Florida when they had those unusually cold temperatures, everything froze, and that affected the industry for several months after that.
Well, and that's just the thing, with a rose, to kind of go back on this, is that you get a leeway of a much bigger extreme. You can have an orchard of citrus trees for 20 years, and it takes one bad winter, and that whole orchard could be affected. You could lose multiple plants that are very old, and it's, as we're mentioning, they can die from that extreme real quick, versus some other plants that are much more tolerant of that kind of a thing. So yeah, citrus are a little bit more fickle in that.
And a lot of tropicals don't like all that cold either.
Well, yeah, I mean, and that's the citrus. It's funny because during the break we were looking where citrus are from, and we know they're from Asia. But when people think of Asia, they think of China, they think of snow. Well, no, that's not where they're part.
Right.
There's a lot of tropical parts of Asia, and it's funny. John mentioned the Himalayas, which again you would never equate to any kind of Mediterranean mild climate, but the lower parts of the Himalayas,
they're not on Mount Everest.
Correct. Yeah,
right. Anywhere near the peaks of those mountains.
The lower elevations in where the Himalayas are from, and India and stuff like that, are very tropical areas where they get mild temperatures and not extremes, and they do grow well there. And that would be an amazing sight to me, is a wild citrus growing. You know what I mean?
Just out of control,
imagine going up to Cleveland National Forest and taking a hike and seeing a citrus tree.
Just randomly.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be just the most interesting thing?
And then looking at it, how healthy is it? What's going on?
Yeah.
How much water has it had? Just the general state. Whereas what you're talking about, you can stumble upon roses just about anywhere.
Correct.
And I guess the point is roses don't necessarily need all the attention. They have diseases like citrus. Citrus will do okay, I guess. You can also keep your citrus, as high as you want to. We've talked about trimming it, so you don't need a ladder to go up there and pick some of the higher ones. So there's a lot you can do. And again, circling all the way back to what we talked about earlier in terms of people thinking the gardening is too difficult.
Too much work.
Too much work involved.
Yeah. But, and you mentioned the height of the tree. if people do control their height, they're so easy to pick.
Absolutely.
It's when they let them get too big.
Right. Then I got to get a ladder. I don't want to get on the ladder. I'm going to fall. I got to reach up and grab this. I got to get one of those poles.
Those fruit picker poles.
Fruit picker pole.
Yeah.
You know, you were talking about the wild, how you'd like to see a wild citrus.
Yeah.
I was thinking of a book. This was about roses, though, that Anthony Eglin wrote, the guy that wrote the Alcatraz Rose.
Oh, yeah.
He also wrote a book called The Trail of the Wild Rose, where they were in China and they were looking for this one particular wild rose species, and that was really interesting. His books are fantastic because they're all fiction, but there's intrigue and all kinds of things in them, along with the horticulture. And there's a murder on the trail searching for the wild rose.
But the plants are not fiction, right?
No.
The plants are
actually
not.
The horticulture in his books is very informative.
Right.
It's 100% correct, but the stories surrounding them are
fiction.
So what book are you currently reading, John? Because I know you're a reader.
The Philosopher's Flight.
Ah, yes.
Actually,
it's Socrates, isn't it?
No, not at all. I just started reading again about 3 months ago. After my accident, I hadn't been able to read.
Didn't you say
for
you were
almost
hurt,
2
right?
years? It didn't really hurt. It's just I couldn't focus. But now I'm back to where I enjoy reading again. So I've read. This is my 4th book in the last 3 months.
Yeah, but Dr. Seuss doesn't count. But I guess that he had to work up to it again.
Yeah.
Easy way to do that. 1 fish, blue fish, 2 fish, red fish.
You're really cute.
Today.
Oh,
okay, we are wrapping things up here with a few minutes to go. What's happening other than the podcast after the show?
Podcast after the show. Come see me at System Pavers
That's
up
right.
in Carlsbad today. Just type in System Pavers to Google up in Carlsbad.
I hope that
take you there.
I hope the panel's comfortable if you're going to be sitting on it all day.
I'm not. I'm only there for an hour.
Sitting on a panel.
And then I have to go watch Tassi in a piano recital.
Wow, look at you, busy family guy.
Yeah.
Hey, that's going to do it. Thank you so much for tuning in. We do appreciate it. All you Facebook viewers, listeners on Biz Talk Radio, and of course, our number one here in San Diego, AM 1240. I want to thank Brandon, our director, studio coordinator, his entire team. Thank you so much for Tiger Palafox. John Bagnasco, I'm Bryan Main. We'll do it again next week. Podcast is following. Hang around if you'd like to. Until then, get growing, America. Take care.